A little ink between my shoulder and my jaw. Pour out a drink and sip it through a plastic straw. Sink all my teeth into $1 million mold and have my name spelled out in gold.
Cast the Bronze was a funny one. We always wanted an upbeat, four on the floor, just absolute hoot of a song.
We had a little period of time in that transition period where we wrote less together because we weren't together. So I was like, guys, let's get on FaceTime and write a song together.
Joe was like, you guys, we should see if we can write a song and just FaceTime. And I was like, well, I guess. Because I don't like writing on FaceTime. But this one worked.
I was sat at home in Durham on the piano.
We had a little studio set up, and
honestly, it happened. We got all like the chords and the melodies done for the song within like an hour.
But it worked, and the ultimate result of that was a very fun song.
We just had an acoustic guitar track and a top line with no real lyrics. But as it developed and we played it live a number of times and started falling in love with it more.
And I'm excited for people to hear it. Yes.
Collapse onto you.
It's probably our best song that we have.
Joe and I actually started it together before we had even met Mark.
And I played 3 chords. Matt lost his mind and was like,
is that yours? Like, did you just come up with that? I just had Joe play it over and over. But within, I don't know, 1 or 2 passes, I had the whole melody for the chorus. And I knew, I'm like, this is perfect. This is exactly how it's supposed to sound.
It's very much us and our instruments. And Collapse, I think, really does a good job of capturing that exact feel.
It's one of those songs that was absolutely written for Mark to sing.
2 Seconds in the Sun
was written specifically for this EP.
I came up with this little riff that sort of is now the crux of the song. And yeah, and then so we were going back and forth months and months later of which song we wanted to finish the EP, and we had 4, we needed 5. And
I think I asked Mark and Joe, I said, just send me whatever voice memos you have that we've worked on, that we've just little scraps of ideas.
they were both in total agreement and were just like, yeah, this is it. But the song wasn't even written at this point, we just had the opening riff.
I changed the key of it and slowed it down just a touch, but that was essentially that guitar part and that mandolin part is what made it into the final track.
One thing that's awesome about 2 Seconds in the Sun is that it's sort of has a hopeful feel and a very uplifting feel to it, but the lyrics don't match it at all.
Lyrically, it's about 2 people experiencing the same situation in a very different way, and especially in hindsight. So that's, that's kind of where things immediately take a turn on the EP to a little darker or less positive lyrical content.
Well, we've been so good till now, but should we stay until...
Mark had a melody idea for the hook.
The way we write, Matt writes all the lyrics and he would talk me through where he was at writing the song, and then for me, I could translate that into my vocal performance. And not having Matt there to be able to do that this time with this EP proved difficult, which is why, Matt and Joe both attested this. I probably sent about 6 or 7 different takes of the same song over and over and over and over again, just because it wasn't quite there, I was recording in my bedroom, not quite the same environment that we're used to, but...
This song, one of my faves, builds the entire time. Matt started writing that after he watched Disney's Coco. I've never seen it.
It's not about Coco, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but there's a lot of
themes of bridges and marigolds, obviously, and skulls and bones and souls. That's all I'll say about that. You can listen to the lyrics a little bit.
You Never Believe Me. This song has had a long life. This was another one, I think Mark had a chorus idea. And then we worked on the verses for a couple months after we had the chorus down because I kept writing verses and Mark never thought they were good enough.
You know, Matt had written the majority of this, but the verse for me it wasn't doing it initially.
It took a while to create, and
Lyrically, You Never Believe Me is, I don't know, it's sort of a love letter in a way. It's sort of not a love letter.
It's important to have that relationship whereby we can be honest and say, actually, we know we can do better than that, we can do better than that. And this was one of those occasions, and it worked out really well.
Would all be punches pulled, so I got with you and left the rest behind. But no, you don't make it easy, 'cause baby, you never believe me. If I can't build you a home or call you my